everybody. Welcome to the kitchen. Today we're going to make our Mexican mole chicken. We already did the mole sauce, so we have that ready. And we did our pickled onions, which we have right here. So we've got our pickled red onions, and that's ready to go. And now we're going to do the chicken part of it. Now, I wasn't sure exactly what would be better, so I decided why don't we do it two ways. So we're going to do one batch of the chicken drumsticks baked in the oven and one batch boiled. And so what we're going to do for the one that's boiled is we're just going to put into the pot, this is a fairly large onion, so half of this onion, and then we're going to fill this with water and boil it. We're going to add 2 bay leaves and about a handful of allspice berries. Boil that until it's done, and then that way also we'll have some fresh chicken stock to use, because I want to use that to thin out the mole sauce because it got very, very thick. So we're going to do that, plus we're going to do one batch of them baked in the oven. So I've got this baking dish and I put parchment paper down. You can put tin foil if you want, or just spray it with nonstick spray so it comes out. And then we're gonna rub it with a rub blend. So we're gonna use cinnamon, cumin, and chili powder. Now I've got 3 different types of chili powder here. I have this one, I have a hot Mexican one, and I have this organic one. So that's hot as well. But this one is more red. That one's a little darker, and this one's the darkest yet. So I am gonna taste it and figure out which one I prefer. I personally don't like things too spicy, so if either of these are too spicy, I'll use this one. So make sure you tailor your recipes to the way you like it, and of course our kosher salt. So let me start getting this measured out and we can start making the dish. So we have all of our ingredients measured out, and we're gonna just make the rub, or the mix the seasonings together. So I'm just gonna toss it. Got it. All right, this was the favorite. And our cumin. Now I'm just gonna stir it together. Of course, you know, don't use your hands, use a spoon. I'm old school, I use my hands. And so we're gonna put our chicken in, and I'm also gonna sprinkle a little bit of olive oil over it too. So once you touch raw chicken though, you do have to wash your hands. All right, so we're just drizzle some olive oil, like a tablespoon or 2, and then just toss it to coat, okay? So we're just gonna make sure this is all covered and coated. Put it in our pan. Okay, and then we're going to put it into our preheated 375-degree oven. So we have our chicken in the pot with the allspice berries, 2 bay leaves. Here is half of that onion chopped up, and we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, sprinkle around, and then we'll do enough water to cover. So however much water that is, that was 2 cups, I'm gonna add another 2 cups, that's probably enough, and we'll bring it to a boil and cook this until it's proper temperature. So here's our chicken. It's been boiling for about 30 minutes, it should be done, and we're just gonna turn that off, and what we'll do is we'll strain off the broth and save that as our chicken stock, because I want to thin out our mole. Now this is our mole sauce that we made the other day, and it is really thick, so I do want to thin that out, and that's the best way to do it is with fresh made chicken stock. And if you don't want to use chicken stock, you can use just plain water. So if for any reason you don't want to use chicken stock, please use plain water, okay? All right, here is our chicken. Let's get that out of the oven. I was in the oven at 375 for 35, maybe 38 minutes. I had to teach a class, so I didn't get back here exactly on time. So those look great. Now that is nice and done. And then we're gonna get our mole sauce over it. But again, I'm gonna thin it out with the chicken stock, so I gotta strain that first. And we can cover that with the mole sauce, and it smells absolutely amazing. So this is fantastic. I'm gonna have so many different flavors in this dish with our cumin, our cinnamon, on top of this, and the chili powder, and then all of the flavors in the mole sauce. It's gonna be amazing. So here's our beautiful baked chicken, and I have some of our mole sauce in the pan, and now it's a bit thick, so I'm gonna thin it out. Here is our chicken broth. So I'm just gonna add that in, a little bit more. There we go. And I'm gonna heat that up, and then that'll be able to coat our baked chicken. And while that is warming up, I have the chicken that we boiled here. And now what I want to do is I want to remove the skin, and I'm going to sort of debone and then shred up the chicken meat. And then I can use this either just to serve over rice or use it in the middle of an enchilada. And so I like to make my chicken stock with skin. I like the extra fat in it. However, if you are someone who is on a heart-healthy conscious diet, please remove the skin before you make the broth. I do like crispy skin on my baked chicken, so again, it's left on. But if you, again, prefer, remove it before you bake it, okay? So this is gonna take a while, and let me heat that up. All right, so that's been heating for a while, and it's been thinned up. And I'm just gonna put our baked chicken in there to coat. Here's our beautiful chicken mole. I cannot wait to try it, and I'm going to garnish it with some of our pickled red onions. You know, obviously this would be best served with some rice, but as I'm in the school, and this is just for us to taste, I didn't make rice, but if I was at home making dinner for the family, that would be the accompaniment. So there we go. We have our mole with the pickled red onions. I'm gonna take a bite and let you know. This is so exciting for me. I have never had pickled onions before, and I haven't had really good mole sauce in a long time. This was absolutely divine. I love it. It's so good. I hope you make it at home. So let me go over with you again the mole negro sauce, which is on another video. Our pickled onions, which is also another video. And then we did 5 drumsticks with the skin on, a ½ teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, a ½ teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I drizzled the chicken with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I baked it in the oven, 375 for about 35 minutes. And then I added a ½ cup of chicken broth, the fresh broth that we just made, to our negro sauce. Now, I didn't have any cilantro, so sorry, but you could garnish this with chopped cilantro and, of course, toasted sesame seeds, and then serve it with rice and probably a couple slices of avocado would be wonderful, and that would be a fantastic dinner. That sauce is so good, I could just spoon it up like it's soup and eat it. It really is just amazing. So please explore Mexican cuisine, and check out my other videos with the mole sauce and the pickled onions, and I hope you make this at home. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
For more recipe demonstrations, please click like and subscribe to Chef Victoria Loves YouTube channel, and have fun in the kitchen. Thank you.